What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Give me just a couple seconds here and we'll get everything set up and we'll be good to go. You guys know how it goes, right? Do you guys know? Do you guys know how it goes? I don't know. Half the times I get on this and I have zero idea what to say when I first get started on these. And I just kind of run with it and we just we go from there. All right, let me turn a couple things on. We are playing Green Hell today. That's the name of the game because I got to get one of these mega bases done. Trying to get a lot of content done in the near future here. Let's hit our Discord up with a here. Let everybody know that we are live. What up, Daniel? So Daniel, actually, I wanted to talk to you real fast because I was talking to Jay and Gwen this morning. And so, hang on, let me pull open Slack real fast before I get started here. But wanted to talk to you about something here based on some of the chat logs that I was looking at. What up, 17 Dragonfishes? How you doing? I'll be in the game in just 2 seconds. Okay, so I was talking with Jay and Gwen today because obviously we're on a team together and all that fun stuff. Where is it? Where is it? My God, I have to like scroll up here. There we go. All right, scrolling down. All right, so real quick before we get into the game. My God, hurry up. Taking forever. Was it today? Yup. Here it is. All right, so here's the deal. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So based on the questions that you were asking Jay, there's certain words that like we don't really allow on the channel and certain themes and things like that. And then also I don't allow anybody to be rude to our mods. So I'm gonna give you one of 3 options. Okay, you get to pick one of these. Number 1, do you want to be banned or be nice? Because you got to be nice to my mods. Number 2, would you rather be banned or keep your questions appropriate? You know, because I don't want to like throw anything out, all of that stuff and all of that. And then last but not least, would you rather be banned or be respectful and accepting of other people's just answers to your questions and things like that? Because I want people to get along here on these streams, but I also, I want obviously everybody, especially the people modding my channels and things like that, to be respected as well. And so I just wanted to let you know that's kind of the name of the game right now after talking with Jay and Gwen from last night, because I don't allow some of that stuff at all, ever, at all. And if it was me on there, I probably would not have gone with it. Man, we are laggy today. Sorry about that, everybody. Hopefully everything kind of cleans up a little bit. Come on. Trying to get into my chat right now, but Google is being all stupid. Hang on. Why are you being so stupid right now, Google? I use a service for all my passwords and stuff like that, and it works really, really well. But right now it does not seem to be working that well, which is kind of lame. All right, whatever. Looks like we're just going to trust that the chat's working and get into this game. Hit the multi-stream chat. Somebody say hi on YouTube so that way I can make sure that I can see you guys on the multi-stream here. I'll pull TikTok on the side. There we go. There we are in the game. We are laggy today. Trying to see if there's anything I can do about that, but we are super laggy today, and I do not know why. What up, 17? Thank you very much for doing that. Appreciate it. I'm hoping that things get a little bit better, but like, my God, this is pretty bad. I just did a couple things before I got on to like restart my computer. Kind of should have reset the router and all that. But it's all these damn kids staying home from school and stuff. At least that's what I'm blaming it on. That's legit what I'm blaming it on after seeing the speed test. Tell you what, I might have to reset this stream and get back at it because this is kind of unbearable. So give me just a second here to debate if that's what we're going to do. Because, like, it doesn't look that bad on there, but I am watching my feed here. All right. It seems like it's balancing out a little bit, so we're gonna keep rolling with it. And then I'm just doing a quick speed test just to see kind of where everything stands. Gotta love starting a stream and having technical difficulties. We had an earthquake today, and so I'm wondering if, like, there's like a downed line or something. Well, internet lines usually go underground. Nope, not having any issues with speed. It's all good. Might switch to like my backup camera or something. Okay. All right. 2 seconds. Let's fix this. Get it all squared away here. All right, I'll be right back on the camera. 2 seconds. Just have to switch over to a different lens. Isn't that funny how it works out? I have 2 cameras set up, and one of them is just not as high quality, but it whenever this one, my main one, isn't working, then I'll run with this one. See if we can get it activated here. Come on. Come on now. Do the thing. There it goes. It's turning on. It's trying to turn on right now. There it goes. There it is. See what I mean? Just not as great of quality. But this will at least kind of prevent that other one from bogging us down too much. All right. All right. That should be a little bit better to deal with. Unfortunate that we have to get rid of the DSLR and all that. But oh well. Not a big deal. Let's get into the game because that's the whole point of this, right? My God. Oh, yeah. You know, I could actually fix that. Hang on. Yeah, there you go. So that's the joys of this setup that I have. Like, there's a bunch of different angles, and I have, like, a bunch of different cameras that I could be using, but either way. All right, so the name of the game today is fixing this structure up and doing more of this wall stuff. And so that's pretty exciting. Start off, broadcast a spell. You guys remember in Halloween time when I had like the magic wand to do the candles behind me? That was a great time. I wanted to be one of those dudes and set that up like all over my house, but probably would not have gone that well. All right, come on. I feel like I should just be able to take resources off of the building here. All right, ditch one of these bones. Don't want to bother with these bird feathers. Big cat meat. And, okay, all right. Didn't realize that we had all of that. Man, I didn't realize that I was this tired, too. Let's go ahead and put some of this stuff away, and then we'll get going on building. But I need to drain out this inventory a little bit. I love how big this base is with, like, as you walk, you see it populate itself, and, like, you can't even see the walls over there until you get close. Before I actually film the final video on this, I'll have to do that at a higher level, so that way we can see the whole base. Alright, get inside here. Looks like there's 4 spots left, and I got 3 pig meats. We'll keep the last one empty. Okay. Go to the maggot farm real fast. Quick visit to the maggot farm. Come on now. Alright, and I guess let's get to building, right? 'Cause that's kind of the name of the game today, is doing all this building. Just organize some of this stuff around. I really don't need to be carrying this many planks. Let's see if I can put these planks away real fast. Yeah, there you go. Put 2 of them in there. Alright, so now we can actually go get some stuff today. So I kind of want to do this a little bit differently than I did it on the last stream. Because on the last stream I was going like cartload by cartload. But what I want to do is kind of go to a forest location. Hang on 2 seconds. Ooh, I need carbs. Did not realize how badly I needed carbs. But I need some carbohydrates. Hang on, let me check the chat. Zomboid. Really? Okay. I'm definitely intrigued about building faster in Zomboid. Because don't get me wrong, like I think about that game on a regular basis. I am ready to come back into Zomboid kind of any day. We should play this week. Like, we should definitely throw down on some more Zomboid this week. Alright, so anyway, the name of the game, I need to find like a whole forest area. That's what we're looking for. I just walked right over a spider. Stupid snake. See if I can go through an entire stream without getting bit by a snake. But yeah, dude, let's definitely do some Zomboid this week, because that's the type of game that I am like down to play kind of anytime that I find time. And so I am all about it. Armadillo back there. Ignore that, bro. Yeah, it's typically how it works. But to be honest with you, I was talking with Jay and Glenn about it kind of all morning. I'm looking to really build up the channel over the next couple of days, or weeks, rather. And so there's a lot of stuff that I want to start doing on the channel and like just kind of building out and stuff. Tomorrow we're announcing our mid-contest twist for the base building contest. It's not even like a twist or anything like that. Like, it shouldn't disrupt anybody's build. I'm not going to give any more hints than that, but it should not disrupt anybody's build. Should be pretty straightforward. Be cool if some of these have coconuts on them. But alas, they do not. I'm hoping it's going to be fun. I'm hoping it's going to be well received. Because I really, really, really want these base building contests to be a hell of a lot more than they currently are. Oh, what up, Cromanch? Yes, I would say that this game is hard as hell. It's definitely not an easy one, that's for sure, as far as survival games go. But it's up there. It's probably one of the top 10 hardest survival games out there. That's for sure. Yeah, but at the same time, it's not going to be anything disruptive. Like, I don't want to have a twist happen midway through and have everybody feel like, oh, I got to redesign my base. You know, like, it should just be a slight little change. Oh, yeah. Top 5, you're saying? I agree with that. I agree Green Hell is definitely in the top 5 of hardest survival games. Like, there's some survival games that they literally feel like a walk through the park compared to Green Hell. Like, Green Hell's easiest difficulty is, like, other survival games' hardest difficulty. And that's not even an exaggeration. Thanks for those follows, guys. Appreciate it. Mighty kind of you. Road to 1,000 is going very well. Top 3? That's pretty ambitious to put Green Hell in the top 3 hardest survival games of all time. What makes you say top 3? Because, don't get me wrong, like, it's a hard game. But I feel like Green Hell is a learning curve hard. Once you've kind of mastered the Amazon and what you do and do not do. There's a spider on this path somewhere. I gotta be careful. But yeah, after you've mastered the Amazon and kind of like what you do and do not do, it should be pretty, like, it's not, in my opinion at least, it's not as difficult. What do I think the hardest survival game of all time? I think that one's either going to go to Rust or DayZ. Those are probably the hardest survival games out there. Because not only do they have really steep learning curves, but their communities make them really brutal games too, for people trying to just kind of like figure out a survival game. So that's what I would say, Cromanch. Hope I'm saying that right, by the way. You can't name 3 games harder than Green Hell? I would say that the only games that are harder, in my opinion, and I mean, difficulty on these is kind of subjective, but yeah, DayZ and Rust are definitely going to be there. Leeching off your friends in Rust? There's no shame in that. I respect that. Escape from Tarkov. That's, oof. That's a good one. But do we consider Escape from Tarkov a first-person shooter or a survival game? Because I've always looked at Tarkov as a... Wait, no. I'm not thinking of Tarkov. Yeah, okay. Tarkov is a ridiculously hard survival game now that I'm thinking about it. And so, yeah, you're pretty spot on there. Vostok. That's the game that I was thinking of at first. And no, it is not harder than Road to Vostok is not a survival game by a mile. Ooh, there's the spider. Damn it. Ah, couldn't get away from the spider in time. And of course, tribals up here. I don't see him. Dude's got the high ground. Where is he? I hear him, but I don't see him. At least it wasn't a snake. That's true, and it's just a bird eater too. Is that him? Yeah, that's him all the way over there. Oh, headshot. Did you see the distance on that headshot? That was a good one. It was just a bird eater too. Those aren't even the bad spiders. The bad spiders are the Brazilian wandering spiders. Those are the really nasty one. There's his body. What were you? Just a warrior? Look at that headshot. My God, through the whole skull. Love that. Gonna go ahead and skin him. Alright, so because we got a fever from that spider, I'm gonna go ahead and head on back to the base. Because in addition to just kind of being full up with stuff right now, I also need to kind of clean up, get rid of this fever, nurse it back to health. So let's go ahead and do that, but real fast. Gonna go ahead and kill this spider so that way I don't have to deal with it again. Stupid bird eater spider. Oh man, I didn't realize how dirty we are. Where's that spider? Oh well. We got parasites now. Heard the snake. There's the snake. No snakes left alive after last time. So yeah, real quick, just gotta get some Copahanga. Take it back to the base with us. I think I just saw some recently too. So it shouldn't be that far away from us. Just checking all my known spots of where I get mushrooms in this game. There's so many stumps and like down logs and stuff like that by the airport that you typically never have to worry about stockpiling your resources as far as medicine goes. Like, yeah, there you go. Just got one parasite. Perfect. So there you go. Alright. Let's go ahead and protect ourselves for a little bit. Didn't get fully clean from this rain yet, so quick shower. And we'll eat this Copahanga. And then head to bed.
Thirsty.
Perfect. And then we head to bed. Cool. And then, yeah, just sleep off this fever. Sleep off kind of through the rest of the night, probably. And then we'll get a move on. Not bad. We'll wake up around 6. Yeah. There we go. Good old comfortable sleep. Alright, so we need to replenish a lot of resources, and it is still raining really heavy. Just in case we get thirsty again, let's go ahead and fill this guy up a little bit further. Alright, quick snack. Start off the day with some breakfast. Love that. Now we just need to go out and get some carbs before we're ready to take on the day. Where are these leeches? There we go. Love it. Alright, let's go to the local banana trees over here, because I'm not growing any in the base just yet. Love it. What up? How you doing, King? Good to see you, buddy. Is that everything we needed? Alright, we're good to go. So we left our sled all the way back there where we got bit by this spider. So let's go ahead and just take a hike here, and we'll just run on out and go get it real fast. I do love building at the airport in Green Hell. Like, I knock it all the time because so many people build at the airport, but it's a good, like, spot to build. There's a reason why everybody builds here. I think not many people get mud to the airport, which is a big part of it. Sorry, I'm like really, really paranoid about spiders now. Where is he? There he is. Alright, so we ain't gonna deal with that guy anymore. Is the snake still here? Doesn't look like we've got the snake over here. Alright, so that's cool. Go ahead and keep moving on with our cart here. Look at all these trees. Some of these are still regrowing though, so we don't want to touch them. Fandabaloo? What? That's a new one. I don't think I've ever heard that before. I'll take it. That's decent. We'll allow it. Alright, let's park the cart right here. Actually, looks like there's a lot of trees in this area that we'll be able to take back. But we'll just hit them all rapid fire real fast. Yeah, got a haircut. Actually, let me rephrase that. I gave myself a haircut because I think I've mentioned this in previous streams. I hate going to like barbers and things like that because it's just, in my opinion, a waste of time when you can just take a pair of clippers to your own head. And so there you go. So yeah, I cut my hair last night. I cut my wife's hair too, and I think that's pretty fun. And don't get me wrong, like it's not because I'm cheap or anything like that. And I'm like, no, honey, I can do it. No, she asked me to, and I did. It was fun. It was nerve-wracking, but it definitely happened. It was a fun time. That's how you know that you have a good partner, when they trust you to do something like cut their hair. Like, she didn't need to trust me, but she did. Alright, let's get these guys loaded up. I love this little area that we found with all these untouched logs that I haven't gotten to yet. Where'd the other one go? There it is. Like, nice little area here. I forget about that on a regular basis. I guess it got blocked out of my memory. But you guys, every time you remind me about it, it brings back a fun memory. That was when we were really early on in the channel. Like, we had like sub 300. Yeah, I think we had like sub 300 subs on the channel at that point. So that was like a really, really early stream. It's kind of crazy to think about that we've been doing this for over a year at this point. Like, that's a lot of content that we've kind of put out and things like that. I'm excited for the next stretch of videos that we're doing. Wait, what's one of your favorite games? Oh, you're playing one of your favorite games? Okay, which game is that? Yeah, before that Stranded Deep short that, like, I don't even know how and why that blew us up. But it gave us like 400 subscribers or something like that overnight. Love that one. Drake Hollow. I don't think I've ever heard of Drake Hollow before. I could make so many Drake Diddy Party jokes right now, but I feel like the relevancy on that has just disappeared. Well, that sounds exciting. That looks pretty, like, that sounds pretty exciting. A Little Onion Fellas? I like Little Onion Fellas. That's what I'm going to start calling onion rings. Next time I go to a restaurant and I want to get some onion rings, I'll be like, yeah, I'll have some Little Onion Fellas. See what happens. Some of those small games are the best games that have ever been on the market, though. A good example is Game Dev Tycoon. You guys know Game Dev? Sorry, Kuma. Not about ready to do that. Gonna get ants as soon as I finish this harvest. Congratulations on recruiting that little onion fella. That's awesome. All right, sorry, had to deal with the puma, and I kind of lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? I know we were talking about little onion fellas. Age of War is a great game. Game Dev Tycoon. Yeah, Game Dev Tycoon. So Game Dev Tycoon was a game that I launched probably about 10 years ago at this point. And it's this little like clicker game, like and strategy, like really basic looking tycoon game, but it is one of the most intricate games ever. That was my go-to for the longest time. I've bought like that about 20-30 times. You know, it's funny, I've never actually played a Plant vs. Zombies game. Like I've definitely seen them, you know, but I have never played a Plant vs. Zombies game. I'm trying to not aggro this anteater right here, because anteaters are pretty brutal in this game, TBH. Alright, quick run back over to the base. You see though, as we build up this wall, this is going to get a lot safer over here. Thank you for that that share. Appreciate that, Janky. Appreciate it. Get on upstairs here. Got a little bit more meat, I think, right? Yep. Add this over to the maggot farm here. Love that. Alright, and then storage box. Do we have any more room for feathers? We do. Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised. Pleasantly surprised, might add you. Mind you. Whatever. An evil wolfie. Good. Don't let that evil wolfie come back. That is a terrible, terrible wolf. Alright, so moving right along here. We've almost done, I think, half of the wall. Which, it's kind of ridiculous to say that we've kind of done about half of the wall. We've probably been doing the wall alone for 2-3 hours. It's really because I have to travel so far just to get trees at this point, because I've chopped down everything so close to me and they haven't respawned yet. So we'll get there. Just gotta keep chugging along. Some of these are starting to respawn. Oh man, you gotta leave the fences at home if you're gonna go out somewhere. That's just how it goes, man. Like, you gotta take care of everybody. Did I just hear a tribal? I might have just heard a tribal. Not 100% on that. Doesn't look like it. I'm gonna pretend I didn't. And then just keep on trucking. Nothing over here. So we'll go ahead and just start chopping down these. You know what messed up show we've been watching lately over here? Good American Family. Or it's like Good American Family, Great American Family, one of those two. But it's the story of that Natalia girl who nobody really knows if she's 22 or 7 or that type of thing. Have I played the VR version, G2? I have not. I want to really bad, but I don't have a VR setup that would handle this just yet. I have an older VR. It still checks out, but I do have an older VR. I have the PlayStation VR from the PS4 days. So there you go. Well, that makes sense. Not having an ether crystal. Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time. It's like when you French fry when you should have pizza. It's just how it goes, man. I hope you guys in Europe actually get that reference. I don't know how well versed you are on South Park references, but every time I say that specific line, it's from South Park. I'm referencing South Park. I don't think anybody's ever actually picked up on that one before. And I think I had somebody question it before too, just like, what the hell are you talking about? French fries and pizzas. It's like, yeah, there you go. I do really want to check out the VR version because of some of the mechanics in VR that I've never seen before. And I feel like this is the ideal game to do a VR playthrough on G2. So it's on my list. Like, that's 100% for sure on my list of games to check out. But yeah, no, it'll take a little while before we get to it. Well, I mean, Drake's gift sounds pretty exciting. Does sound like a good time there, King. Yeah, get that palm tree. Look at that slide on that thing. That's kind of cool. Get all these logs. Not gonna make the joke. You had logs. Oh, I made the joke. Damn it, I did it. Hey, G2, thanks for that follow. Appreciate it. His list is longer than the... That is valid. Of games that I need to play, that is so damn valid. We were talking about this today because I turned in like 3 of our affiliate streams, and we only had like 3 left. And so Jay just immediately goes, just like, okay, I'll go try to pick out a few more and bid on them. And I was just like, yeah, as long as you have the time to do it, because I don't have the time to do it. And so, yeah. Oh, 9 and 9. Okay, I didn't realize that we finished. Leave that log here. You had a log? I did. Hey, Sean, thanks for that. Yes, G2, my YouTube is Base Legend. Hey, Sean, thanks for that follow. That's the word that I was looking for that I failed on. My God. And not follow, share. That's also the word. I'm just fumbling on all my words today. Did I mention that I am on Benadryl today? That I have allergies? So I'll blame it on that. There you go. Thank you for that. I appreciate the sub. That's mighty kind of you. Currently on the road to 2,200 subs on YouTube. Having a lot of fun too. Like it's super fun to think about. Like it's currently like 3 p.m. on a Monday, and this is what I do for work. Woohoo! 2115. Thank you. Oh man, you don't want to put your onion fellows in the fire unless you're able to like batter them first. That's when you want to do it. I want to do Green Hell on VR so bad, Cam. I do. I actually, you know what? I should go in and do a little research if I can do Green Hell VR on the PlayStation 4. Because that would be the only VR system that I have that could handle it. And if possible, I'd rock that. You know what I mean? But currently that ain't happening. For those of you just joining us, I figure I'd stop right now before I head on back into the wilderness to catch more or collect more logs. This is the base we're working on. It's the biggest one in Green Hell that I've ever done to date. Currently, the stream that we're doing, we're working on the wall, which is probably going to be the largest aspect of this build. So, what up, Charlie? Good to see you, buddy. Always a pleasure. Well, I mean, share emoji to you too, 17 Dragonfishes. Would love for some more of these trees to respawn. They're starting to. See, they're starting to pop up a little bit. In fact, that one's so close that I think I might actually hang out near the base here. Try to get a couple of these. Is that... No, it's just leaves. Valid. I'm excited to start looking at entries for the base building contest. Super excited to start doing that. That's going to be fun. I was talking to Gwen about getting our shop set up finally. Because like we have a bunch of ideas for t-shirts and merchandise and just stupid novelty stuff for the channel. And so that's a big thing, is coming up with some custom shirt designs and kind of launching our shop. There's a bunch of random things that I also want to put in the shop and things like that. Oh, see, look, there's a difference right there between the forest and Sons of the Forest. Alright, I want to go back to that big old cluster of trees now. Try to do this a little bit faster. Nah. Not really working too well there. Oh, let's get this tree while we're in here. I do love, I think out of a lot of the games that we've been playing, Green Hell's like resource gathering has always been really cool to me. Like, I've always really appreciated that. Hello, spider. You stay away. We're not dealing with you today. Sons of the Forest mentioned. What up, Coda? My day's going well, Charlie. It's been kind of a long day, and I'm having some allergies today too with the weather, and so I'm on Benadryl right now, and so I'm very, very, very kind of out of it. Any more Pokemon cards? Nothing new. Nothing new since the last one. I was thinking about, because I need to go somewhere today. Damn. Seeing coconuts out in the wild when I'm actively working on setting things up, that's kind of cool. To the point where I'm actually gonna redo my store. Oh, come on, stop being lame. There we go. There we go. Thank you for that heart. Appreciate it. I was thinking about going out to the card shop in the next few days though, because I just bought a top loader binder to kind of like showcase some of my better cards. There was like a really, really great sale on TikTok, and so I got like a $20 binder, like $10. Super happy about that. And thank you very much for the finger heart. It's mighty kind of you, sir. My daughter just learned how to do that in real life. And so it's really cute whenever she's like really happy or something like that. She'll just run up to you and just be like, oh, it's so cute. I love it. But yeah, I'll probably run out to the card shop in the next few days because I'm working on a couple of collection pages now to kind of show off. But you know how that goes, right? Either that or I might just wait until Friday, go check out the vending machine. I do that anyway. Let's check for... I'm just checking for more coconuts at this point. What? Church hiding shotgun bullets? I mean, is that church in the United States? Because that's surprisingly not that uncommon over here. It's weird to think about it, but like that stuff doesn't even faze me anymore. My uncle is retired Navy, Air Force, one of the two. I can't remember. He was either in the Navy or the Air Force, and then after he left the service, he went on to become a Capitol Police officer, which means that he was a police officer in Washington D.C., our capital, and so it's one of the more stringent police regimens that you can do. But so anyway, we would go over to his house all the time, and he had a gun safe over there. And when I say stereotypical American, that might be an understatement. So there you go. Appreciate the share, Charlie. Thank you very much. A guy who's becoming a druid, like full-fledged, like going through the initiations and all that. What kind of magic is he able to do? I'm actually like legitimately curious if he's able to like commune with animals and stuff. I mean, it's pretty cool if you ask me. I think that stuff's pretty fun. You can't see your gameplay. Right now? What do you mean by that, Charlie? That you can't see the gameplay? As in, like, it's not showing the game I'm playing? That's kind of weird. Because it looks like everything's good. I haven't, to be honest with you, I keep a preview feed of YouTube open. I don't keep a preview of TikTok. And so, just a little at the top. Watch. Hang on. 2 seconds. I should probably pause this first. You're saying that there's just a little bit up at the top? I'm going to have to check this out. Hang on. I've never encountered that before. Do. Click on my own profile picture. See my face. It's taking its sweet time. Click on my own profile picture. See my face. Yeah, Charlie, I'm not entirely sure what's happening here because I definitely can see the game here. Let me try to relaunch it while I'm watching this. Yeah, Charlie, I'm not entirely sure what's happening here because I definitely can see the game here. Let me try to relaunch it while I'm watching this. Yeah, it seems to be holding. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna wait a couple seconds. You guys can probably hear me echoed through my own audio right now. Yeah, it seems to be holding. If it's still giving you some issues, my recommendation would be IT Crowd Logic. Try turning it off and on again, and see if that kind of helps out a little bit. But either way, let me go ahead and cut that out so that way I don't have to keep listening to myself. Yeah, send a photo, man. Send a photo, because I definitely I have a decent relationship with Streamlabs. They've helped me out with a couple things before, and so I can always send them a report of what somebody is seeing on one of my streams, and they can help me troubleshoot that. And so yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Just found 2 coconuts I must have just put here that I forgot about or something like that. But either way. All right, hang on, let me look at this on Discord real fast. What? Yeah, dude, I would try refreshing it. Because like when I go to TikTok, that's super weird, man. That's super duper weird. When I go to TikTok, it's taking a little bit of time because TikTok's a very CPU heavy website. But this is what it should be up on your screen. TikTok's a with this to the point, well, I guess you wouldn't be able to see that if I launched the game. But you get the idea. With this to the point, well, I guess you wouldn't be able to see that if I launched. Yeah, dude. No, I'm looking at it right now. But yeah, that's bizarre. I'm gonna have to try to just kind of refresh the stream, like try to leave and then come back in, and then if that still doesn't work, I'll send in a ticket. I'm curious. I just saw Charlie just rejoined, so I'm sitting here. I'm like, all right, let's see what's Charlie. Are we good? Like I'm waiting to hear. So we'll find out. All right, so this is. Okay, I've looped around. Okay, I know where I'm at. For a second, I didn't know exactly where I was, but I'm right where I need to be. All right, Charlie, is that better? I hope that's better. Kind of shitty if it wasn't. It's better. Okay, all right. That makes me feel a little bit better that it was your device and not necessarily the stream itself. Because like you guys know me, if one person tells me that it's just like, oh man, it's you're having some issues on this platform and it's legitimately the platform, we'll restart the stream. Like the whole point of this is not to make it easy for me. The whole point of it's to be entertaining for you guys. So the second I stop being entertaining, I expect you all to find somebody else. This is my personal opinion. All right, cool. Well, I'm glad we got that squared away. I like working with Streamlabs, but the less I have to annoy them on things, probably for the better. So that was pretty cool. We went out to go get logs. We came back with 8 coconuts. I was kind of hoping to have a few more coconuts than that. Man, okay, so we're pretty tired. I think I'm going to call it for the day in the game. Not calling the stream yet. I've only been doing this for like 45 minutes. But we're pretty tired, so let's park this thing right here. Put these coconuts away. Keep it moving. We're running really close to the top. I'm trying to fill this thing up with 50. Just because it looks really cool when you have the 50 coconuts inside of here. Got 11 more to go, but there's only 5 in here, so that means 2 more coconut trees. And we'll have a full stack. Do appreciate that about this game. Like, they encourage resource collection and stuff like that. Sounds good, Charlie. Yeah, hope to see you again. Again, thank you very much for the gifts. It's mighty kind of you. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate it. Loads of cocoa. I don't know if I should say this on a live stream. I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, we got a badass over here. No, so I always thought that it would be kind of an interesting side quest if once you get to the drug lab, you could harvest those plants. Use the weed whacker and the microwave and some of the other things. But, again, I'm joking. Had to think very carefully about how I was going to phrase that. Alright, let's go eat another pig meat. Delicious. That would be cool. Like, as a side quest, super cool. I love the challenge mode that they have in this game. There's a lot of really cool, intricate challenges that I think would make, or that make for really fun gameplay. And they're discussed, like talked about. But like, there's one where you build a raft to escape down the river. There's one where you like build a camp. There's one where you like have to build a whole set of metal armor. There's another one where you like fight off tribals to get your radio walkie-talkie back, that kind of thing. But anyway, you have a good one, Charlie. Thank you very, very much. You have an awesome rest of your day. All right. Oh, I forgot my cart. Need to go get my sled. Feeling like Santa. I also got some leeches to get rid of here. Alright, so we're going to harvest in a different area today. Let's grab our sled and get a move on. Heading back over this way to harvest logs today. Mainly because we've just... I mean, I say this a lot, but we've depleted all the resources close to the base. So we have to travel now to go get more. And that's when... You hear him, right? I don't see him yet, but I hear him. Oh, wait, I think I see a white tattoo through these trees. Yeah, you see him? There's two of them. There's one of them. There's none of them. Why did you not want to react to your buddy getting an arrow shot in their head, bud? Just wanted to sit there and finish your song? I understand. I've been there. Like, I've definitely been there. Come on, give me my arrow back. I don't want to, like, carve this dude. Ooh, he's a hunter. Where's your bow? Alright, there's his bow. My bow's at a 93. His is at a 99. Give me your bow. Love that. And then we got a bone blade at 89. That's cool, too. Must have been the wind. I'm guessing, man, because typically they'll turn around, like, if their buddies get shot in the face. Like, wouldn't you, if you were sitting next to somebody and an arrow went whizzing by your face and hit your friend in the face? Like, that's just, I don't know. I think I would sit there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna turn now. You know? But anyway. Man. I want to get more tribal arrows. Alright, let's find where we ditched our cart real fast. There it is. What up, Satoru? Good to see you, buddy. What up, Stormbringer? Good to see you there on Twitch. I was thinking about doing a short for TikTok or YouTube. You know what? I'm going to stop giving my video ideas away on live streams. Come up with dozens of these things every single day. And I never want to give them away. Alright, so I only need 6 more coconuts before I fill that thing. And here's a set of 3. So let's go ahead and just get this set. And then we'll go from there. Just gonna come back with only 1 more set of coconuts now. Or 1 more set of things. Alright, where'd that other coconut roll to? Because there's only 2 in there. There you go, buddy. Get those crystals. I'm curious about how the big onion fella is gonna look. Aside from being a big onion fella. But you know how that goes. I don't need to explain that to you. Thanks for that share, Satoru. Appreciate it. We're gonna break 1,000 subscribers or followers on TikTok pretty soon. Which is funny. We weren't really even planning on kind of TikTok being a big platform for us in this whole process when we first got started. I just created it one day. Actually, I didn't even create it. I just used like an old account that I wasn't using anymore, and I just changed the name on it and stuff like that. Soviet onion. Wouldn't it be more like a turnip, not an onion? You know, it evolves into a turnip after a certain point. But either way, originally I just kind of like was joking around about us getting on TikTok, and then we started streaming Grounded and multi-streaming on TikTok and stuff, and everybody loved it. And so now we've been kind of blowing up. Ironically, my biggest video on TikTok is still a Sons of the Forest video. So there you go. Natomato. That sounds amazing. That's NATO Mato. That took me a second. That was a good one. That was a clever one. That was a very, very, very clever joke. I appreciated that one. And if what 17 Dragonfishes said, if that did not make sense to you, please, for the love of God, open up a civics book and see what NATO is. That was a good one. Oh man, I'm gonna have to pass that one to my wife. She'll get a kick out of that one. Oh man, that was funny. All right, just chugging along. I'm looking for another palm tree because I want my coconuts. I don't want to have to stop for coconuts ever again, and so I'm just kind of looking around for palm trees that would be supple enough. I already filled up the other side of this thing with the logs. Here's a good cluster of palm trees that I usually don't touch for extended periods of time. Check for snakes instead of looking up constantly. See, that's where I get into trouble. I'm either looking at the chat and I'm not paying attention when I'm running through the Amazon rainforest, and I really should be paying attention. Or I'm looking up in the trees looking for like coconuts or something, and I don't hear something sneaking up on me. Thank you for that share there, Ibrahim. Appreciate it. Mighty kind of you. See, I'm not seeing any more coconuts though. Have to head back this way a little bit. Oh yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. I just turned that into a short earlier before I did the live stream today. Reliving that moment was super fun and embarrassing for me. But either way. Did you guys catch Jay's live stream last night? He typically doesn't stream on Sunday, so it was kind of a little bit of a surprise when he popped on. But either way, he did this like HP Lovecraft Cthulhu game. It was really legit too. All right, I don't think there's any coconuts up there, but I'm gonna have to go check it out. No, it was 4 a.m. for you. That's understandable. That's definitely understandable. I don't expect any of the people over in Europe to be able to catch Jay's streams, unfortunately. There used to be, I don't remember who it was, but whenever I would stream really late and do like a really late night stream, I can't remember who it was, but somebody, like one of our regulars, I think it might have been Master of Food actually, he would pop on and just be like, yeah, I'm eating breakfast right now. And it's just like, damn, dude. But all in good fun. All right, so I got no palm trees there. I might have to wait for some of these palms to replenish before I can finish. Ah, damn it. Get away from that anthill. That was dumb. Walked right into that thing. See, and there was no excuse, too. I was looking at the screen the whole time. Those are the ones that are always fun to do live. Those dumb mistakes. I do them every single time that I stream. You guys know how it goes. Alright, I'm not seeing any more palms, so let's go ahead and just take this back, I guess. We'll give a chance for those palm trees to replenish. There's got to be, I've left a few of them around the base up. Like there's some over there, and so there might be some available. There you go. I mean, I'm not expecting you to, but that's why I like the time range that we stream. Like, you can kind of get a little bit of everything, and I appreciate that, at least personally. I don't want to deal with you, Anteater. Yeah, you stay away from me, and I'll stay away from you. I'm really not a big fan of the Anteater in this game. Like, don't get me wrong, they look really cool. But there was one time I went up to, like, kind of look at one up close, and he aggroed on me and really messed my day up. It was not that fun. Man, really be done with these coconuts at this point. We'll get it. We'll get it. There's one more area that I kind of want to go back and check when I go to do this next run for coconuts, considering we only need 3 more after this trip. We'll get it done. So tomorrow, there's a good chance I might just play Green Hell again, because I really want to get this base done so I can shoot a video on it, and then potentially after the next 2 videos of Green Hell, I'm potentially putting this game down for a very, very long time, and focusing on just making content for the other games that we're playing. Because like it's reached a point where I've been playing Green Hell for like 2 years now and building bases in Green Hell, and I love it. It's a great game, but there's so many other building games that I want to check out. Nice, dude. Congratulations. That's awesome. So you do get fiber from coconuts, but not off of the husks of the coconuts. You get it off of the palm trees themselves, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about in just a second here. Let me just get over to where these palm trees are growing, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Nope, did I go the wrong way? I've gone the wrong way. Yeah, let me head back this way, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Bruh, what? Huh? Are you talking about what King was saying with the weed whacker? All right, so these palm trees are a good example. I'm just checking these up here to see if any of these have them. I mean, that sounds like a pretty fun time. And he got another onion out of it. Like, that's choice. Sorry, trying to find... Like, there's so many trees over here that I could cut down right now. But I'm just trying to find one more set of coconuts, and then I can be done looking for those. The husk on the fiber... The fiber on the husk definitely makes a lot of sense. But what you can do... I just took a cart down that. That's amazing. What you can do if you have palm trees, just like this guy right here, is when I chop it down... Watch it fall. So it splits up at the top, and then if you go around here, you can find fiber inside of the debris. And so there are some ways to get some fiber in there from the coconut trees directly, and that's actually one of the easier ways to do it, in my personal opinion. An onion. Congratulations on finding another onion. That's pretty cool. Good onion. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. Anybody Sons of the Forest? We have a lot of people who play Sons of the Forest here. We have a couple of people that have been on that island for like 300 in-game days building bases and stuff like that. So I assume, I'm hoping it's a niche, right? I'm hoping. I'm terrible with names. But feel free to join up on our Discord. We have a Sons of the Forest channel in our Discord, and a lot of times people are looking for people to play. So there you go. Didn't know that you could get the fiber from the trees. Nice. Love sharing simple tips like that actually like are really, really helpful tips and things like that. You're a grounded guy. I get that. I to be honest with you, I'm starting to reach a point now that my build in that, like the base that I'm working on, is looking pretty decent in my personal opinion. I'm starting to get to a point where I'm starting to really appreciate Grounded as a game that I don't know why it took me so long to play, and I kind of wish that I started playing it years and years ago. What's better, Sons of the Forest or Green Hell? I find myself returning to Green Hell a lot more than I find myself returning to Sons of the Forest, even though some of the best content we've ever produced is about Sons of the Forest. And so I personally, like, if we're talking my personal preference, it goes to it goes to Green Hell. But I mean, I do love both of those games. Sons of the Forest is probably my favorite survival game that came out last year. Don't want to break down a whole palm tree just for 2 more logs. So we're just going to break this tree right here. All right. Another 18 to come back to the base with. See, what sucks is that I do have to just wait for the coconuts to replenish themselves, because if I try to go and get them anywhere else, I'm not going to be able to get them up the climbing places. And so I just have to be patient. Does this game have any electricity? No. There's a couple of locations, including where we're building, that have electricity in them. Like just miscellaneous basic lighting and stuff, but for the most part, like you're building everything by yourself using minimal resources. And so I think that Green Hell is more of a challenge than Sons of the Forest. So if you're looking for kind of a more challenging game, definitely would recommend that. Make sure that I'm not being tracked down by one of these big cats again. Alright, next up. Finished 2 sides of the wall so far. That's pretty cool. Now we have this long side to do. What's funny is even after I finish doing all of these logs, I'm going to have to build more stuff just supporting them and like making it more defensible. There we go. Alright, back at it. Hey, thanks for that share there, Rent. I appreciate it. It's mighty kind of you. The murder kitties? Yeah, no, murder kitties are never fun to run into whatsoever. I don't even like them whether I'm pulling a card or not. Let's see, any suggestions? You like building, strategic, and survival. You've played Far Cry 2. And you're fed up with Sons, or you're pretty much done with Sons of the Forest, is what you said. I would recommend Green Hell for sure, but I would also recommend Grounded. Yeah, if you're a fan of building and stuff like that, Grounded is a fantastic game. We do a bunch of live streams on it, and I make content around it as well. And so if you want to check it out, check out our YouTube channel, and you might find some good stuff on it. But Grounded is fantastic. It's basically Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in game form, which I think is amazing. I loved that movie growing up. Haven't seen it in years, but it's up there as one of my top favorite Rick Moranis movies.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, did we break our thing? We broke our thing. Okay, hang on. Gotta go find a rock. How about Project Zomboid? That's a good game to recommend, but I will say that Zomboid is not for everybody. Project Zomboid is a fantastic game, but not many people like those top-down isometric games. To be honest with you, I don't like them either. Like, I'm not a big fan of those top-down or twin-stick shooter games. Thanks for that follow, Rent. I appreciate it. Because of just some... Sorry, that's a pig. Okay, sorry. I thought I was hearing a cat growl at me, but it was just a pig. But yeah, so... Sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. Zomboid is not... Oh, see, but that's the thing. See, I'm not gonna... As someone who used to work inside of the game development business, I'm just simply gonna say I do encourage you to purchase games that you want to play, because there's hundreds of people that work. But either way, that's just my personal opinion as somebody who used to work in the dev industry. Yeah, that's valid. That's definitely valid. I love Project Zomboid, though. Such a fun game. It's probably one of the only top-down games that I've thoroughly enjoyed. Typically, like, I can't stand them. And I don't know why. Like, there's no real specific reason why I don't like them. I think it's just my brain doesn't work like that, like with that methodology of being a top-down game. I don't know. I legitimately don't know. Let's see if there's anything down this way. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's nothing down this way. I know exactly where I'm at. I've gone full circle here. You're scared? What's going on, King? Why are you scared? Are your onions acting up? I know very little about the game you're playing, and so I'm trying to understand it as you go. Oh, missed that one. Come on. Come on, Jake. Swing it properly, sir. Thank you. Almost done. Handful of logs and we can head back to the base. You're about ready to get it raided? It's alright, buddy. It'll be okay. Just make sure you have your defenses ready to go. I'm assuming that game has defenses. I don't actually know. So we're just going to assume it. Need one more tree. There it is. Come on now. I feel like that third hit, like, if it's not going to damage the tree, it shouldn't just run through it, though. You know what I mean? Ah, I gotcha. Well, hopefully you can get your level up soon. That'd be fantastic. Hello, Toby. Good to see you, buddy. I mean, it's you and all your little onion fellows, right? Because that makes a little bit of sense. Alright, so I could probably stay up for another night here, but I need to do some maintenance after all of this. Like, go get some of those blue mushrooms and a few other things. The onions don't help, then why are you protecting them? That's ridiculous. If I'm going to protect some onions, those onions are putting in some work. Like, that's just how it is. What kind of onions are they? Because that would also determine their work ethic, right? Would it? I don't know. I feel like white onions would be really, like, just boring, flavorless, dry personality onions. You know what I mean? Yellow onions, they'd have some good flavor, a little bit of sweetness to them and their personality. Like, you got to have the personality of the onion reflect the type of onion. You know what I mean? Man, to be honest with you, I never got to experience green hell before the sled was in the game. The sled was always in the game when I first bought a copy of this. And so I do legitimately feel bad for people who say, like, oh man, yeah, I've been playing this game before. Oh, so the onions craft the stuff. Okay. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool indeed. Am I in the U.S.? I am in the U.S. I'm in Southern California, Toby. And so, not that far from Los Angeles, actually. I guess I'm just going to go to sleep. Because it's kind of becoming a little bit of a pain to find resources right now. And so, rather than force myself to stay awake, I might as well go to sleep. Maybe, right? Oh, gotcha, okay. I don't know why, but every time that I see somebody type in SOA at first, my immediate reaction, like, I know that it's not what you're saying at all, Stormbringer, but my immediate reaction is Sons of Anarchy, because that show was just so big when I was growing up. Happy Easter! You as well, sir. You as well. I'm actually excited. I got a nice, fun Easter basket for my kid this year. Some fun stuff for her. Alright, I kind of need to kill that pig. And so I might have to, I'm going to do a little bit of hunting real quick to start this day, because we've already eaten all of our food here. Just need a little bit of carbs, a little bit of water. Start with the water. It has rained for like 5-6 days straight in game. And so that almost tells me that we're going to hit the dry season very soon. Within like the next 20-25 days or so. Yo, what up, Timmy? How you doing, buddy? It's not Easter yet? Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't really celebrate like actual Easter Sunday and stuff like that. And so I don't remember. It's been the 15th for 30 minutes. It's not the 15th for me. Ooh, I got to take this call. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm not going to mute myself, though. Hey, Mario. How you doing? It was pretty good. Pretty good. How about yourself? Pretty much the same. I mean, aside from being nice and cool, like, yeah, I got no complaints lately. Oh yeah, fantastic. Everybody is just kind of relaxing, hanging out lately, just getting to know the new baby and all that. You know how it goes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's like your brand content manager, right? Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, I mean, we never posted to your LinkedIn anyway, and so that was all sales and marketing on your guys' side. And so, I mean, it's pretty much, from what I'm hearing, it's just going to be business as usual. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Sure. Mm-hmm. Sure. Sounds good. Yeah, I already synced up with Jay on this one a little while ago, and so we should be good to go. I'm gonna make the art probably a little bit later tonight, like a little bit closer to Elise's bedtime. So, I mean, we'll probably say about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock is when I'll have that turned around to you. But aside from that, I mean, like, yeah, it should be pretty straightforward for us. And so yeah, and I'm gonna use the image that you sent over in that email as part of the social post, just because it's such a cool choice image. Potentially. I mean, it's all depending on how all the other content's going to be delivered. I mean, if we're going to make an announcement with the press release with a video, then it's not going to be as important to get out the actual text. But there's some people out there that don't autoplay their videos on social media, and so having the image is always important if the thumbnail doesn't give you kind of what you're looking to accomplish, if that makes sense. Sure. Yeah, that would probably be for the best. I mean, there's a chance that I might take a look at what she says and just redo, or not redo it, but like repurpose or remake it, based on like a screenshot or something like that. But yeah, realistically, I mean, we'll probably just make something to make sure that it's on brand with what we need. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we shouldn't need to do a call or anything like that. And again, I mean, once I have a chance to actually sit down and look at the art, there is a chance that I might just reach back out and say, oh yeah, this is more than enough for what we need. Sure. Yeah, that's not a problem at all. Oh, I found an extension. That's just kind of the way that I have to approach it these days. But either way, I mean, it'll all get done. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm around if you need anything, and give me like about an hour, and I'll check out all that stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, this year has been flying, that's for sure. Yep. Sure. Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me. Yeah, no, we'll be ready for it. Oh yeah, check out that script that I sent over to you earlier today for the other video, because that one, it covers your short interest. You're at according to Fintel, you guys were at like 11 today. But Friday, I think it was like 13. So I think what we saw, the price action from the weekend, was shorts covering a little bit. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So we're at about 12. All right. Well, yeah. If you can review that video, I'll get to filming that tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, not a problem. I'll definitely check it out. 11%. Yeah, I mean, it's enough to squeeze. All right, sounds good, man. Talk to you later. Whew. All right, sorry about that, everybody. That was, without explaining it directly, that's the sponsor of this channel. And so whenever he calls, I always got to answer it, because that's guy who's basically bankrolling Supermassive Media, which is the parent company of Base Legend. And so when your sponsor gives you a call, you pick up the phone. That's just how it works. Let me catch up on chat here. All right, so is Egypt what? Benelux is goated. You're play Persona. All right, sounds good, Stormbringer. And the fruit that I just ate, to be honest with you, I don't know what any of the fruit in the game is called. I used to know the names of a lot of the plant life in here, but I don't know the name of that flower, or that fruit that I just had. It might as well be soursop, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it starts with a C, if I remember correctly. All right, what up, G-Guz? Sorry I couldn't say hi while I was on the phone call there, man. But yeah, no, sorry. Again, when your brand sponsor calls, you answer the phone, because that brand sponsor might have really, really good news for you. And that was semi-good news. That wasn't the best news I've had all week, but it was semi-good news. So there you go. All right, and we filled up another sled. Let's get it on back now. Anyway, so that's what my day-to-day job is like. If oh no, don't fall. All right, I fell. There's a rattlesnake down here. I fell. I didn't get hurt. That's like really surprising in Green Hell. But anyway, that's my day-to-day job. That's what my daily job sounds like, is like talking about stocks and stuff like that. Any good news is better than bad news. That's a good philosophy to have. I agree with that one. That's definitely good. Your Xbox background acting as a little onion fella. That's awesome. My wife and I used to play this game that had essentially little onion fellas in it too. It was called Pixel Junk Monsters. Fantastic game. And I didn't get bit too. Yeah, that's right. Pretty happy about that. Took out a pig and an anteater. The fun times. Oh man, getting this wall done is going to be such an accomplishment in and of itself. Like, there's a small part of me that's like, why did I make it this big? And then I remembered, oh yeah, because the base is actually this big. That's why. When am I getting an Xbox? King? I don't know. Maybe in the near future. It's something that I'll eventually probably get when the next gen comes out. So probably next one. How long has this run been going? As far as today, we've only been going for 1 hour and 24 minutes. As far as how long in game I've been playing, this is day... Actually, kind of curious, what day is it? Oh wait, I can check right here. This is day 49. Day 49 in the game. What? If I'm going to get an Xbox, if I'm going to get a console, I'm not going to get one of the previous gens. I'm going to wait until the new one comes out and then snag a copy there, so that way I can play my Steam library on it, because like I already have hundreds of games on Steam, and so it's just a matter of if I can play them on a console, that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, that was a fun conversation. I like that guy. He's a cool guy. And we've been friends for like 4 years, and we do a lot of business for his channel and for his company and stuff like that. Come on now, just one more hit. Thank you. I'm sorry you're so angry right now, King. It'll happen. It'll happen in the future. You know, I know I said that I might do Green Hell tomorrow, but I'm thinking that I might make it a Call of Duty stream. It's been a long time since we've been in Call of Duty. You bought your Xbox just for Grounded? Dude, that's crazy. well, not crazy bad, but like that's awesome. The dedication that you have to a game, that's really legit. All right, just looking for some more trees to chop down here. Looks like a good spot. We went full circle around again. Yeah, if I do Call of Duty, King, you can definitely join in again, that's for sure. Same thing with U17. Always fun to roll with people. Little Onion Solar, that sounds perfect. That's a game that I'd bankroll. I would pay to make that game. A game where you can play as a little onion fella, but it's like Call of Duty. Call it just like Onion of Duty or something. That's awesome. Hell yeah. That's why I like gaming. Like it's a fun community. I guess depending on the game that you're playing, it can be a fun community. But I mean, games have always been like a really super communal thing for me. So like this is back in like my World of Warcraft days. Like my guild, I knew more about my guild and like their birthdays and like things that mattered to them. I cared more about them than like my own family, which I know sounds pretty bad and stuff like that. But when your guild is more important to you than your family, you know what I mean? You kind of tend to do stuff like that. Alright, so we need 2 more trees for 1 palm tree. In your opinion, okay, 1 step towards world peace. I respect that. That's taking it to, not necessarily an extreme, but that's taking it to like, that's going the distance with it, that's for sure. Because I think that it has potentials to do stuff like that, but I think gaming can also be one of the more divisive industries out there. And I think this is just because like I have daughters and stuff, so I think I might be a little bit more cognizant of it. And then I also have a wife, and so watching my wife play like online games and things like that, like the gaming community tends to be really cool and inviting and accepting and all this other stuff, but then it also can be a very, very, very mean place to new players and stuff like that. But that I definitely agree with. What you're saying there, Dante, 100% agree with. Because like if it weren't for gaming, half of the people that like we hang out with on this channel or game with, like Jay and I, we wouldn't be gaming with you guys. I would never have met you if it weren't for like Grounded or Project Zomboid and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely get what you mean. Grab some carbs on our way back to the base here. Oh man, I would love to be able to do more than just get these logs this stream, but just to finish this damn wall. We've been doing just this wall for 2 streams straight now, and so if I can't finish it on this one, we'll have to do it on the next stream, or I might just do it in like my downtime or something like that. Which, to be honest with you, that's a rarity over here, is me finding downtime. Oh, that's pretty legit. That's really cool. I think that's something that people who don't play multiplayer games miss out on, is a lot of the, not necessarily like you can learn a lot of cultural things from being in the gaming lobby. 69 years, Toby? What? Huh? Oh, how long has this run been going? Yeah. Just under 50 days on this one. Still one of the longest builds I've ever done. I think the drug lab was only like, I don't know how many days the drug lab was. I'll actually check. I've been in the drug lab for 57 days. So 10 days under this one here. Aw. I'm sorry to hear that, Pokemon Ray. That's unfortunate. Welcome back, Zach. Good to see you, buddy. It's like I'm going out with this cart, but the likelihood of me having enough energy to make it worthwhile is really small, so we gotta stop. Try to find some blue mushrooms. Nothing on that one. Wow. I haven't seen it. I actually haven't seen the blue mushrooms in a long time. Good to hear the queen's doing well. Damn, that's unfortunate, Pokemon Ray. Man, hope you weren't close with any of those people. It's really sad to hear. Just looking for these other mushrooms. Did I run over a coconut? 3 coconuts. I left these behind. Let's bring these back with me, and then we can finally fill up our cart. That's fantastic. Still need to find the mushrooms to stay awake. Let's go check this tree back here. That seems like an appropriate retaliation for somebody stealing your candle. Seems like actually a lower retaliation if they stole your camera. So there you go. What do you not understand about TikTok streaming, Pokemon? All the different like gifts and things like that. Yeah. Oh, King, you gotta understand, Zach here has been in this roommate dispute for the longest time. Streaming on TikTok can be confusing, that's for sure. We, my buddy streams on TikTok, like, as his primary platform. The Gaming Dad, give him a quick shout out. Go follow him. He's amazing. He's hilarious. Every, like, 10,000 likes on a live stream, he dances for everybody. Like, just really funny guy. And so, if you want to see, like, the extent of TikTok streaming, I recommend you watch one of his feeds because it is hysterical. But yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff on, like, if you watch my YouTube versus the TikTok, they look night and day different. And it's done so intentionally. TikTok is supposed to be kind of the more visual platform, or more like just kind of big platform, you know what I mean? And so there you go. There is apparently a lot of candle theft going on over there. I have to lock somebody up or something like that. Alright, let's get back to the base. I'm pretty tired here. I didn't chop down any trees with this cart here. Oh well. You know, that's the most interesting statistic about the guillotine that I know is this: the last time that the guillotine was used to execute somebody in France was the same year that, like, the original Star Wars came out. Like, and that just think about that for a second. Like, that's how good of a tool the guillotine was using, was being back then. I mean, all right, 50 coconuts in a bin. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. There they are, standing in a row. You guys know that Monty Python? Did I just date myself a little bit here? I feel like I dated myself a little bit. Are there guillotines for wieners? That's a question that was just asked on chat. Wow. Yeah, probably. They're called circumcisions. Sorry. Everybody just... Zach, does the queen have a wiener guillotine? I'm actually legitimately curious now. Aww. Gwen came in with the killing blow. All in good fun. My God, that was a good one. You're a good person, Zach. We love you. You're hilarious. And we hope the queen is enjoying the humor as well. All right, so we finished that out. Let's go ahead and get these leeches off our body so we don't get any insanity drops. Wow, look at them all. 5 of them today. All right. Let's see, what we got food-wise? We need proteins and fats, not that many carbs. You guys are silly. Silly. Alright, so we need proteins and fat, but the food's not done being made yet. So we're going to head on out here for a little bit and just kind of eat some carbs just to kind of keep my energy up. But yeah, protein and fat, that's kind of the big thing we need. Let's go up here and harvest today. All the small things. Sorry. Any Blink-182 fans out there? That was actually, I think, if I remember correctly, that was like the last concert I went and saw with Gwen. Was Blink-182 and Lil Wayne, because that's a bill to put together. Yes, I do remember when you got Gwen to bite me, and I don't even know how that happened, but I definitely remember that one. We were just talking about that earlier today, weren't we? I think 17. Yeah, there it is. 17 brought it up. About how just random people can get Gwen to bite her own husband of 10 years. There you go. Oh no, I'm just gonna say that Gwen is downstairs watching the kids right now, and the fact that she's hanging out with us in the live stream is a rare treat. I want to be done with this fence already, this wall that we're building. What? Raymond? Don't encourage her. Don't encourage her, Ramen. You know, I actually had some really good soaked tofu for lunch today. It's really nice. I soak it in like soy sauce and sriracha and a bunch of other stuff. It's amazing. Oh, that makes me feel so good. Oh, that makes me feel better. That was a funny one. I laughed. I chortled. I chuckled. That, just so you know, is my favorite English word for laughter, is chortling. I think more people should use the word chortle in their day-to-day English vernacular. You're under my floorboards? Oh my gosh. Well, luckily I have carpet on these floors, so you won't be able to get out. Didn't think that one through. I hate carpet so much. I want hardwood so bad. Especially, we have cats, and so carpet and cats don't get along. Wait, you knew that Raymond was under the floorboards and you didn't say anything, Gwen? What the hell? What the hell even is that? Discombobulated? That's a good one. That's a great English words. Are you sure those aren't our cats? Or children? Just saying. Alright, pull back here. Have you guys gotten your dubbies yet? I just did a reorder on my dubby. Got 2 new jugs coming my way. My code still works. I think it's only 10% now. But you can just use Base Legend at dubby.gg. Get 10% off your order. It's a fantastic word, that's for sure. Oh, okay, that would make sense why we have the carpet bump. That makes sense. Gotcha. You're right. There is a massive bump over here. That is for sure. We finished like another third of the wall today, but we still have one more third left to go. I haven't even built like another structure in this game in like the past 2 or 3 streams, because all we've been doing is this palisade around the base. I mean, you got the sledgehammer, or I think I have a hatchet in the garage too. Just see if it makes a little noise or something. There you go. Oh my god. That's funny. A crowbar. Crowbar would work, you know? You know? Well, that makes me think of Bob's Burgers for some reason. With Mickey and his dream of opening up the bar where all the crows go. AKA the crowbar. Yeah, funny. Funny, funny. Alright, I need a big rock. Big rock. Long stick. Big rock, long stick. Big rock, long stick. Ooh, I want a chainsaw. I wish I had a chainsaw in this game. Make this so much faster. I mean, I hope my cats aren't peeing on you right now. That's why one of them's in the garage currently. Because she has anxiety from one of the other cats. Because he attacks her constantly. Because he's an ass. And so, sorry, I'm telling you guys way more than you need to know. And so currently one of our cats is quarantined. Like, don't get me wrong, like we're not abandoning a cat in our garage or anything like that. She's got food, she's got water, like it's super comfortable out there. We've put a bunch of like padded stuff down, so it is super comfortable. But yeah, one of my cats is currently in quarantine right now because of her anxiety issue with the other cat. She won't stop licking her own tail. And so we're keeping them separated right now. It's not fun. And it's sad too. She's our oldest cat, so like we love her so much. We've had her for so long. And yeah. I'm glad that you didn't have enough. And King, I'm going to be upfront with you about this one. I'm glad that you did not have enough emojis to do that, because that's an instant ban on this channel, bud. We don't play around with that shit. And I'm going to be upfront with you about that. I highly recommend that you don't play around with that shit. Because that's not something that I tolerate on this channel whatsoever. And so please don't ever consider doing that stuff. That stuff is not funny. There you go. That stuff is almost as funny as what Ferocious Headline Gene is saying about buying viewers on Twitch. That's hysterical. So there you go. I'm glad that you weren't able to do that, King. That's fantastic. It's all good. And see, that's the problem with a lot of stuff like that, is a lot of people, they do it out of ignorance. They don't actually understand why it's a big deal. And like, again, I won't get political because this is an entertainment stream and all this other stuff, but the reason why it's a big issue when people like make like the Nazi salute, the Roman salute, whatever you want to call it, it's a big issue when those kind of symbols are used, not when they're used as a joke, but it emboldens the people who don't use them as a joke. And so that's what it is there. Gwen has the best timing ever. Are you kidding me? This morning, we left our baby up in her crib to sleep, and we all came downstairs, and I was like making coffee and stuff like that. And then Gwen just goes, I think I'm gonna go upstairs and check on the baby. She goes upstairs, and the baby's like waking up right then and there. See, that's the thing. Most people, they don't even understand, Raymond, the whole symbolism behind some of that stuff. And like the origin and all of that. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I mean, realistically, it's the world of symbolism and the world of like actual reality and things like that. They're very, very unique lines to cross. But there's a reason why we just don't allow it. And I'm not going to get into it or anything like that. But at the end of the day, our goal is to make this as inviting of a place as possible. And you can't do that when there's an organization out there whose main goal is to divide people based on fear. And so that's the whole concept behind why don't allow people to get political on the other end of the spectrum too. Anyway, moving along. So with that being said, this base is moving along. I think I'm going to do one more run here and drop off one more set of logs into the wall, and then I'm going to call it on today's stream Tomorrow, I'm thinking it's either going to be Green Hell or more Call of Duty. 8 days till your birthday. Happy birthday, King. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. To be honest with you. Let's chop down this palm tree right here. So it looks like I didn't get the achievement for putting 50, I'm pretty sure it's an achievement, for putting 50 coconuts inside one of those storage bins. I didn't get the achievement. I thought there was one, but either way. Alright, let's cut down a couple more things. I never got any protein or fat this morning. That was the one thing that like I bailed on. I didn't bother to go get. And so I'm thinking that we're going to have to just get back here. Stream next Wednesday? Yeah, I could do next Wednesday. I could definitely stream next Wednesday. That's not a problem. And I'm sorry, who's got skills? What? Oh, you're talking about the insane subject skills or subject switching skills that I have? Yeah, I don't know. You reach a point in life where I like to believe that everybody reaches a point in life where you've seen enough shit, like, and you've been around the block enough to where things don't faze you. So, there you go. I must have missed the kid joke. I have a feeling that most of the time that Gwen's like in here modding for me and stuff, I go downstairs after a stream and I was just like, what was so funny? And she has to like explain something that I missed in chat. It's pretty awesome. I love my wife. So King, this is just totally random, but I had a friend in high school who had synesthesia. And if you guys are familiar with the medical condition synesthesia, or if you're not familiar with it rather, it is a very, very, very unique medical condition. It allows people who have this medical condition to do things like hear colors and see sounds, and like it's basically synesthesia is this medical condition where your senses overlap and like conflict each other. And so like she would walk in to a room and she would be like, it feels very purple in here. And that's how she would communicate, just because that's how her brain communicated. And it's a really, really unique condition. Again, it's called synesthesia. But it's a very, very rare condition from my understanding, and I don't know that much about it aside from my experience just with this one girl in high school she was like part of a carpool that I drove, and so I got to hang out with her almost every single day for like my senior year. But anyway, long story short, she used to call me Nivik. That's not even a joke. She used to call me Nivik, because she found out what my name sounded like when you say it backwards, which is Nivik, right? And she basically would just constantly call me Nivik. And so it's a super weird callback that you would just randomly say it like that. Because, I mean, from my understanding and from conversations with you and stuff like that, you don't have synesthesia. So it's just kind of interesting you'd bring it up. It's okay. She had a really great humor about her condition, and she had embraced it fully, and like would not let anybody tell her otherwise. And so like she actually wouldn't even mind a joke about it or anything. So you can make a joke about that. My only ask about you guys, like in chat, is that we don't intentionally try to offend people. That's really what it comes down to, is that no one intentionally tries to offend somebody or be disrespectful. If that's the case, like, then I don't give a shit what you guys talk about in chat, and like I'll probably join in every single conversation you guys have. But yeah, that's really it. Is I don't want anybody intentionally to hurt somebody, and if it's unintentional, we'll say something about it and give you guys a chance to like correct it, because like I have kids, you know, and I'm not trying to treat you guys like kids, but when my kids make mistakes, like I don't immediately start yelling at them and like start issuing out punishments and things like that. No, we sit down, we talk about it, we see if we can make a change in the behavior, and we move on. So there you go. Oh my god, that is exactly how it would be if she ever played a horror game. That sounds so accurate. She was a great. I shouldn't speak past tense. Like, she's alive. She's alive and well, from my understanding. But yeah, she was a really cool person. Don't get a chance to, like, I haven't had a chance to hang out with her in probably about 20 years. She was a really cool person, though. All right, eat some of these Brazil nuts. Get our fat back up. All right, so I know I said that was going to be my last one. What time is it? Let me just get this logs, like one more set of logs in this, and then stop then. Because I just kind of brought my energy back up a little bit here. Very, 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 very valid, Raymond. Absolutely not. No, that's funny though. Yeah. I don't get people who like straight up yell at their kids. Like, no matter how old their kids get, I don't understand people who, I don't know. The older I get, the idiom about elevate your words, not your voice, like really, really just kind of, that becomes more and more true. Skip the stream. That's my dad's philosophy right there. There you go. There's a little Kevin lore for you. My God, that's funny. That's why I have such dark humor, but either way, that's irrelevant. Alright, so let's finish filling this one back up here. But yeah, that's something cool about being a parent that you don't realize until you become one, is how easy it is for you to be the parent that you wish your folks were for you. So there you go. You think some people drop kick their kids? I think some people should have drop kicked their kids. Like, I don't know. There's a way to correct behavior without making people worse. And I feel like that's where a lot of society gets parenting wrong. Is they, like, obviously my kids aren't perfect, right? Like, they make mistakes just like everybody else on the planet. And so eventually you do have to correct them and stuff like that. Well, you can correct them in multiple ways, and it's about how you correct their behavior determines the type of person that somebody's going to eventually be. You know, do you scare the behavior out of them and then they're too scared to do anything for the rest of their life? Do you make them just angry? Like, no, the best thing to do is just talk, communicate with your kids, and they will understand you. Like, that's something that I refuse to do, is I don't talk down to my kids from a capacity and intelligence standpoint. So, like, I don't minimize the words that I use when I communicate. And so if my kid, and she knows this too, if I say a phrase or a word that she doesn't know, she has every right to look me dead in the eye and be like, what does that mean? And I'd rather explain 1,000 times what I'm talking about than for me to have to minimize or reduce my vocabulary to meet her child capacity when she's so much more qualified than that. But anyway, let me catch up on chat here. Can you get the Minecraft info server stuff? Sure, just because you're not on Discord here. One sec. One sec. Oh wow, I need to update this. No, it's accurate. All right, and there you go, King. It's up on the screen for you. I'll keep it up on the screen for you to write that down. But just in case you can't see it, and just pause this 2 seconds. That's our Minecraft server. Is that IP address right there? Can I center it? Let me try to center it. There you go, bud. Does that work out for you? Speaking Shakespearean English to my daughter? No, but when she was a kid, I read her The Art of War. Like when she was like 2 or 3 months old, I read her The Art of War out loud, and stuff like that. She's super smart kid. Like, and I'm not like, I know a lot of parents are super biased with their kids about being smart, but she's super smart kid. Like her memory recollection and comprehension and cognitive function are insane for her age. But either way, clearly the chosen one. That was accurate. I don't know if you guys have ever read The Art of War. I highly recommend that book. It doesn't even talk about combat that much. The whole point of it was Tao's way of explaining military movement and when to make strikes and things like that. Oh, you got a screenshot of it? All right, perfect. Sounds good. She's going to be the next Oppenheimer? Maybe. We'll see. She's also super athletic for a kid, too. Like, for a 3-year-old, she's super athletic. And so who knows? Her ACLs could be my 401ks. that's part of that is legitimately part of Art of War, is how to sabotage supply lines and things like that. It's a great book. It's fascinating. Like, truly, truly fascinating. I hope not. I hope not. Come on. All right, so this is where we're going to call it on today's stream. Man, we made some progress with this wall. All that we have left is this stretch right here. That is definitely like half a stream's worth right there. But yeah, loving this so far. All right, as I do every single time, we go to our highest point, and we look down at our base and see the progress we have made. So let's get up to our highest point here. Love this base and how it's shaping out. I think the coolest part about it is, so there's going to be nothing back here, right? In the center, I'm putting like this whole farm area, and that's where all the crops are going to be grown, is in the center. And then Animal Pen 1 goes there. Animal Pen 2 goes there. Animal Pen 3 goes back there. And Animal Pen 4 goes back there. But I'm going to actually have one of each of the enemies and stuff like that. Guess the game based on the emoji. I don't even remember the name of what you were playing about the Onion Fellows. Can you watch a Tabs War? Not right now, buddy, because I do got to run. But I might have some more time to do that next time. And then tomorrow I'm going to announce the special stuff for the base building contest, our little mid-contest twist that we're doing. But either way, guys, Drake's Hollow, that's the name of that game. Fun-looking game. All right, guys, well, that's it for me today. If you are a fan of survival games, base building games, survival horror games, games where you can just build shit like Minecraft and The Sims and stuff like that, that's what we do here at Base Legend all day, every day. We try to release content every single day of the week, so that way you guys have something new to watch out for every single day. I will be back on tomorrow. We're either going to do more Green Hell, or you know what? It might be a Call of Duty day. Might just kind of get that itch. You guys have a great rest of your day. Oh, Pickney, you just showed up, and I'm signing off right now, man. I'm so sorry. King, you have a great rest of your day. 17, thanks for stopping by, all of you guys. Really, 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 really appreciate every single one of you. See you guys tomorrow.